Welcome to this deep dive. Our mission, as always, is to sift through diverse sources and pull out those key nuggets of knowledge, basically giving you a shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're looking at something pretty fascinating, maybe even surprising for many of you. It's from a YouTube transcript, Mensagem urgente de Valir dos Pleiadians, on the SOU LUZ Divina channel. Okay, let's unpack this one.
Indeed. It's quite a source. At its heart, it offers this, well, profound revelation about a lost civilization called Tartaria. And it suggests a hidden history that, if true, could really reshape how we see the world.
A hidden history.
Exactly. What's really interesting is how the source weaves together, ancient history, claims of suppressed technology, and this grand narrative of human awakening. It's quite a tapestry.
Right. And our goal here, just to be clear, is to explore the ideas in the source material. We want to distill its core claims for you. We're presenting the information as the source describes it, exploring its narrative, but we're not endorsing these specific viewpoints ourselves. We just want to help you understand what this message says and maybe why it's striking a chord with, well, a growing number of people. So, first things first, what exactly is Tartaria, according to this message? It doesn't sound like they're talking about a myth here.
No, not at all. It's presented as a real, flourishing empire of light and knowledge. And supposedly it existed in the not-so-distant past.
Not so distant, okay.
And if we look at the bigger picture here, the source claims this empire was vast. It extended over much of your world, leaving its mark on every continent. It's described as having magnificent architecture, advanced technologies, and deep spiritual wisdom.
Wow.
Yeah, and the beings, the Tartarians, supposedly lived in harmony with the earth, really upholding principles of unity and peace. Sounds idyllic almost.
Okay, here's where I found it gets really interesting. The architecture. The message paints this picture of cities shining with exquisite buildings, soaring towers, and ornate domes. But it says they weren't just pretty, they apparently served a higher purpose.
That's a crucial point in the narrative. They claim these structures were built to channel free energy and elevated vibrational frequencies.
Free energy? How?
Well, this really makes you think about how ancient societies might have operated, doesn't it? The source claims Tartarians knew how to tap into the ether, described as vital energy in the atmosphere and also lean lines under the ground. They supposedly used sacred geometry and crystalline principles in their construction, making the buildings themselves into sophisticated energy devices.
Okay, break that down a bit. What kind of devices?
Right, so the source gets specific. It mentions towers and spires, often topped with copper or gold, acting as conductors, drawing electromagnetic energy from the sky.
Like antennas.
Sort of, yeah. And large domes and arches. They supposedly resonated with the planet's natural frequencies. Even the intricate geometric patterns on the outside weren't just decoration. They functioned as circuits and antennas.
Circuits.
Built into the walls.
That's the claim. And water was often incorporated too, flowing under floors or in fountains, because water supposedly amplifies and distributes energetic currents. Some structures, it even says, had underground networks, maybe channels or even liquid mercury to direct this energy.
Liquid mercury, wow.
I know, it's quite detailed. And the result, the message claims, was that they met all their energy needs without burning a single drop of fossil fuel. It describes a time when electricity danced freely through the air.
That's a huge claim. So these old buildings we see, cathedrals, star forts, the source is saying those might be Tartarian remnants.
The Violent Witness, as it calls them.
Precisely. It even suggests that maybe you felt a distinct, uplifting vibration in places like that without knowing why. It connects that feeling back to this alleged Tartarian energy grid.
Huh. Interesting thought.
And it wasn't just about energy. The message details other things too, like high ceilings creating acoustic chambers for healing sound frequencies. It even suggests some old pipe organs or remnants of Tartarian sonic technology.
Sonic technology.
Yeah, and stained glass wasn't just art. It filtered light in vibrant colors that nourished the soul. Even the city layouts, radiant avenues and circular plazas, supposedly followed sacred geometry, aligning with celestial patterns.
Okay, so if they had free energy, what did that mean for society?
Well, according to the source, it meant freedom in many forms. People had time for creativity, arts, sciences, and deep spiritual practice because they weren't burdened by, energy scarcity or the toil associated with it.
Sounds like a golden age.
Very much so. And the message adds another layer. It claims the Pleiadians and other enlightened star beings were guiding humanity then. It even says many souls alive at that time were starseeds who brought advanced knowledge with them.
Okay, so if Tartaria was this incredible golden age, What happened? Why isn't it in our history books?
Well, that's the next major part of the narrative. The source claims its success, its light, essentially attracted the attention of forces not aligned with love.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It refers to them as beings of lower vibration who wanted to control rather than uplift. They're called the Dark Controllers, or Cabal, ancient adversaries of human sovereignty.
So a conflict.
A major one leading to the downfall. The source attributes Tartaria's end primarily to a great mud flood, a cataclysm that supposedly swept the lands, burying cities in a sudden sea of earth.
A mud flood? Like worldwide?
It sounds like it, or at least on a massive scale. But here's the twist. The source emphasizes this was not a purely natural disaster. It claims it was amplified by deliberate acts of destruction. It describes accounts of strange tremors, fire in the sky, and a darkness at midday.
Deliberate destruction, amplifying a flood. That's intense.
Yeah, it is. The message paints a devastating picture. This vast empire, shattered and submerged almost overnight. Cities engulfed up to the rooftops. Survivors, it says, found their magnificent cities reduced to mounds of mud. Just unimaginable devastation.
And that's where the history gets lost.
According to the source, yes. But it goes further. The tragedy didn't stop with the physical destruction. This is where the idea of historical suppression becomes absolutely critical to the narrative. The forces behind the cataclysm, the source claims, then launched a huge campaign to erase what existed.
Erase it how?
They rewrote historical records, altered maps, and erased the name and achievements of Tartaria from schoolbooks. A systematic cover-up.
And this is where it gets really interesting for you, the listener, right? The physical evidence.
Exactly. The message claims a lot of Tartaria's infrastructure wasn't just destroyed, it was literally buried under new construction. It actually invites you, the listener, to look around in older cities. Notice those windows peering below ground level or semi-buried arcades.
Yeah, you see those sometimes, basements that look like first floors.
Right. The source suggests those are silent testimonies to this massive mud flood. Something official history, it implies, doesn't really account for adequately.
Makes you look at old buildings differently.
It certainly encourages that perspective. And this mud flood, in the source's view, ushered in a dark age. Humanity became disconnected from its knowledge and previous technology, making it easier to control. Lifespan supposedly shortened, vitality decreased, and this paradigm of scarcity and toil we often accept as normal was imposed.
Wow. Okay, so a lost golden age, a cataclysmic flood, and a massive historical cover-up. That's the story so far. But the message doesn't end there, does it?
No, not at all. It moves into remembrance and reemergence. The source states quite hopefully that no deception can last forever and no light can be truly extinguished. It claims fragments of Tartaria's history survived, preserved by secret orders and humble guardians of wisdom.
Where?
And things like folklore and fairy tales, symbols hidden on old buildings and whispered traditions, kept alive outside the official record.
Okay, and how does that connect to now?
Well, this is where it gets really contemporary. The source claims that the ascending frequency of Earth, like a spiritual vibration rising, is literally unearthing married truths. It suggests that awakened souls are intuitively spotting anomalies in official history. They're starting to ask, hey, wait a minute, what really happened to our world just a few hundred years ago?
So people are questioning the standard historical narrative.
Exactly. And this has apparently sparked a wave of citizen researchers and truth seekers. The message describes them using everything from internet forums to silent archives.
Ordinary people doing research.
Yeah, sharing old photos, examining ancient maps that still label the vast land of Tartaria, connecting dots that official history might keep separate.
Yeah.
These aren't just historians, they're scientists, intuitives, architects, a real mix.
Is there any link to more recent history? Any figures mentioned?
Yes, and this is a fascinating part. The source makes a direct connection to Nicola Tesla.
Ah, Tesla, of course.
It claims he was a soul who carried a spark of Tartarian wisdom, describing him as an intuitive who accessed universal knowledge, partly because his soul recalled things from past lives in advanced societies like Tartaria.
So Tesla's inventions, were they related to this Tartarian tech?
That's the argument.
Yeah.
The message claims Tesla was influenced by ancient Vedic and cosmic principles of energy, similar to what the Tartarians supposedly used. It says he rediscovered how to extract electricity from the air and earth.
Like the free energy concept.
Precisely. His famous Wardenclyffe Tower, the source claims, was essentially a modern recreation of a Tartarian energy tower, designed to transmit free and wireless energy over long distances.
But Wardenclyffe failed, didn't it? Funding dried up.
Right. And the source connects this back to the suppression narrative.